The easiest way to get into the meditative state is to begin by listening. If you simply close your eyes and allow yourself to hear all the sounds that are going on around you, just listen to the general hum and buzz of the world as if you were listening to music. Don't try to identify the sounds you're hearing. Don't put names on them. Simply allow them to play with your eardrums. And let them go. In other words, you could put it, let your ears hear whatever they want to hear.
This is my life, I held on and I bled my hands. When I started smoking, I was left without weed. I went through tons of traumatic events. One time when my foot was off the pedal, I experienced harassment. I was at an age where I could understand what was happening, and I was alone trying to overcome it. My father promised to kill that man, but even at that age I stood against it. I clenched my fist in anger. I fought an unbalanced battle between death and life. I aligned my hatred with pen and paper. Fuck school, I was never a slave of the system. While studying for the university exam, I buried the one I loved most at the age of 18. Since that day my family's been around. I've always been alone, fatherless. If you were here now, we could dive deep into philosophical questions. I would pull them into the depths with my questions. While they knew nothing of quantum fields, I would sigh saying the void exists everywhere. I claimed to speak with God and faced countless blocks among friends. I tripped over those friends, but I dared to walk again. In my childhood, I was beaten multiple times just for being Arab by Kurds. That's why I couldn't forgive anyone until I matured. Even though I forgive now, I keep my distance and hide my bias. At 13, I was threatened with death by a Syrian bastard. He forced me to say the Islamic creed or else I'd die. At that moment, I realized this country, a place called Neapolis, was the land of bastards. I'll dive right into the core of it. Fuck it. Rap is the art of liberation. It means life. Turn your wrists into wings, cause when you fall you have to rise. Rap is the hand that lifts you when you stumble. Open your ears, look at the sky. In this world waiting for you, true dreams become reality. What my voice and looks don't matter. Are you gay, bro? If my interest is rap, not my voice, then go find yourself a boyfriend. You need help. They say I shouldn't say these things. If your interests aren't real, you should live in your dream world. You too should grow wings from your wrist like me, because you've got things to tell. When I got diagnosed with bipolar with no sign of it in my family, it was minus twice and City. A mania of countless hypomanias, 4 manic episodes, endless depressions and conscious bipolarity. I got tired of counting. Now science waits to understand what conscious bipolarity is. I wrote everything down in a 25-page article, summed up how it's possible to be conscious while in a manic state. Now CPU 19, change your tone.
Let's suppose that you were able every night to dream any dream you wanted to dream. And you would naturally, as you began on this adventure of dreams, you would fulfill all your wishes. You would have every kind of pleasure, you see. And after several nights, you would say, well, that was pretty great. But now let's have a surprise. Let's have a dream which isn't under control. Well, something is going to happen to me that I don't know what it's going to be. Then you would get more and more adventurous, and you would make further and further out gambles as to what you would dream. And finally, you would dream where you are now.
It's not about my genes, there's a storm inside me. Echoes of childhood screams ring in my head. I grew up in silent rooms, always darkness in my eyes. Instead of love, I had coldness, heavy moments from my heart. I drew my own rhythm with trauma. While my father yelled, I stayed silent, heard my inner voice. Tears dried on my pillow. One part of me went mad over time, every evening lost. Serotonin dropped, dopamine lost. The river inside me sometimes floods, sometimes goes faint. Sleep none, I'm in a fight with the night. Even when the sun rises, I stay quiet like a dim blast. Epigenetic traces dance with my DNA, but my genes are clean, the problem waits elsewhere. Irregular rhythms, my mind on edge. I look fine outside, but inside I'm a wrecked film. I ran with weed, maybe even cocaine. Temporary joys collapse again by morning. Looking for myself, I got lost in the mirror. A manic smile followed by crashing pain. I'm not a narcissist, not crazy, not normal. I fight with my past in every form. Genetic, know this chaos is my own work. And I still write with hope, a deep manifesto for my soul. There's no healing maybe, but there's understanding. Each line is therapy, each bar is a decision. I didn't fight with my genes, I fought with what I lived. And I wrote bipolar's name into my heart.
If you awaken from this illusion, and you understand that black implies white, self implies other, life implies death, you can feel yourself not as a stranger in the world, not as something here on probation, not as something that has arrived here by fluke, but you can begin to feel your own existence as absolutely fundamental. What you are basically, deep, deep down, far, far in, is simply the fabric and structure of existence itself.
I was unhappy because I lived through these. I was a child born from traumatic events. Never hit by my mom or dad, but hit by psychological abuse many times. But go ahead, try explaining this to a kid who grew up with no bones, spiritually speaking. Freedom is walking the path you chose, even when loved ones hurt you with words. Freedom is knowing their opinions will cut like knives sometimes, and still walking that road because love is this. Now some of my relatives will be angry for writing this rap, but I'm at peace, I'm happy. If your words ruin their balance, swallow them. And if you can't carry peace and happiness inside you, keep it to yourself too. Because in this life, peace and happiness are the most valuable things. I'm tired of taking lessons from people older than me, who don't even know how to find inner peace. I used to have student-teacher dynamics with everyone. Now I see with some people, you just have to be the teacher. I'm tired of people trying to control my life. If you truly care about me, stop directing me. I'm open to critique, but not to force guidance. Not to any system that claims there's only one truth. There are billions of lives out there, and almost none of them are truly lived. So can you live yours? If you want to show me love, know this: your own life is the greatest value, at least to you. Thank you for listening to me, and thank you again for giving me your valuable time.